everyone, it's Jess, and here on this channel we dive into performance analysis and music education. Today's video is going to be a performance analysis of Chris Stapleton performing Cold at the 2021 CMA Awards. Let's go.
Girl, the way you broke my heart, you shattered like a rock through a window. I thought we had it so good, I never really saw this coming. What am I supposed to say if anybody asks me about you? Guess I'll tell them mine without you. Oh, and how am I supposed to live?
Nice.
When I built my life around you? Try to put yourself in my shoes.
Oh my god. Is it me or is it hot in here? 2 minutes and 59 seconds is the most replayed part of this song. If you know about algorithms and YouTube and viewer retention rates and when people get super excited about a video and when they start to taper off, the fact that the large percentage of this performance is the most replayed part is honestly phenomenal. And I'm not surprised. I am not surprised. His voice is truly one of a kind. First thing to point out is the variety of instruments you get within this performance. I loved hearing the piece open up with the piano and the drums. You get two different types of percussion. The piano is a percussion instrument, but you get this really richness and fullness with it, especially considering how much pedal is used. And then you get this other texture of percussion with the drum. And I love, love, love how they started the song together. So we've got one bass layer with percussion, piano and drums. Then what comes in next is Chris Stapleton's voice. I love how this started because it made the tone very intimate. It made the situation feel very vulnerable, and it also gives so much room to build from here. And then his voice. If you don't know his voice, when the rasp comes, it's like this crazy added layer of texture. And that's the theme that we're talking about, texture. How to get texture using all of this variety within instrumentation and including the voice as the instrument. So then eventually we do get some strings, and we get a variety of, let's say, texture within the string section. You have the acoustic strings, and then you do have electric strings in the front. With that being said, I hope you can see and hear the layers within the texture of the instrumentation. And I think that is so fantastic to see and hear, especially in a pop country style song. And also to say that adds so much emotion to the song when you think about the way the text is delivered, and when you also think how the lyrics are interpreted by the listener. Next, let's go back to Mr. Stapleton's voice. In the first verse, we don't get that grit, that rasp like we do later on in the song. What we do get is a really nice legato line, we get smoothness, and we do get quite a bit of nasal resonance within all of the lines, honestly. What I thought was interesting, I'm looking at the lyrics, is the second line. It reads, "It shattered like a rock through a window." My God, you can hear him use so much of that nasal cavity.
Girl, the way you broke my heart, you shattered like a rock through a window.
And I think it's really interesting, but also really complimentary to country singing. When he goes to sing the word window, he doesn't sing the first syllable using like if you were going to say window in speaking. Instead, he sings wendo.
Girl, the way you broke my heart, you shattered like a rock through a window.
And I thought that was really interesting. One, that shot a lot of nasal resonance to that tone. I think it goes really well with the style. Then the last line of the first verse reads, "Never really saw this coming. Come in." And I love the way he sang the word saw. So never really, he just kind of stays within the same place within his mouth cavity. He doesn't exaggerate any mouth movement really at all. But then when he gets to the word saw, I love how much he sits on that S and then really opens up into that aw vowel.
I thought we had it so good, I never really saw this coming.
And then out of nowhere, you just get this huge transition into the chorus where it starts off with, "Oh, why you gotta be so cold." And this is where we get that Chris Stapleton rasp, that grit that is just so iconic. Let's talk about the transition into this chorus. So he finishes the last line of the first verse on the word "come in," and then there's a nice pause right before we get into the chorus where he's playing the guitar and there's just a moment of rest. And I think that waiting time, that's very, very, very short little passage into the chorus, makes the first word of the chorus so dynamic because it comes out of nowhere and there's so much contrast compared to what we heard in the first verse.
I never really saw this coming. Oh, why you got to be so cold? Why you got to go and cut me like a knife and put our love on ice?
However, not only does it give contrast, let's say, within the harmonic progression and the melody of the chorus, but you get so much contrast in texture in the voice, which I just think this is so smart. Next thing to point out is the breaks that he takes. So the first break he takes is, oh, why you gotta be so break cold. Then he sings, oh, girl, you know you left this break whole.
Oh, why you got to be so cold? Why you got to go and cut me like a knife and put our love on ice? Oh, girl, you know you left this hole right here in the middle of my soul.
The breath that you take in order to break up the phrase should be a responsible one, should be one that is believable, one that the character is going to do because it is emotionally driven. And I felt that every single time he took that breath. And I thought that was nice because what it did for me in both of these lines is it made the last word of the lines, cold and whole, so gut-wrenching to hear. Man, did I believe those I believe everything he's saying. What words are you trying to emphasize, and why are you trying to emphasize certain words? Well, that's typically because that's how we talk in speech. You want to translate that over to when you sing. Next thing I want to point out is the acoustic string section and how much their melody is put at the front just after this chorus ends. So the last line of the chorus is cold. Why you gotta be so cold? And then immediately the acoustic string section comes in and they take over the melody along with, I think, one or two electric guitars. The strings are often compared to the human voice and is even a way to hyper emote a certain moment in time. And them coming in their upper register was nice because I think it added so much emotional context to the song in terms of instrumentation. Instrumentation doesn't have, let's say, the luxury of being able to speak in terms of text what our brain can interpret as literally what is happening. Instead, we take this instrumentation and we use our imagination to try and understand how this really drives the song forward or how it complements the text. And this moment I thought was beautiful because it gives this really, really sad tone to this already very sad song. And then on top of that, you can see how much vibrato they are adding to their lines.
Oh, why you got to be so cold?
How much vibrato and how much dimension and texture that adds to the instrument. God, I love that one. Yes, Mr. Stapleton. I gotta know. Who was your musical influence growing up? How did you get this sound? I love experiencing performances where I believe every word that the singer is singing. I think that is incredibly difficult to do, especially when you're under pressure, especially when you're putting on a performance with a production like this. It's very easy to get lost in the moment. It's very easy to drift off, even if it's just for a few seconds. It's so telling. My goodness, to see that consistency for every second he was on stage truly is remarkable. It really is inspiring. The vocal technique aspect is very difficult to master, and that's what most of us spend so much time on the back end in practice sessions, in rehearsals. I think what we don't spend enough time on is how to emote effectively and how to convince the listener that we believe everything you're believing. And I think when you're trying to pursue music, if this is something you want to take seriously, then performances like this is what you should study. If you liked all that you saw, make sure to hit that subscribe button down below and comment down below what piece by your favorite artist you would like me to do a performance analysis on. Lastly, make sure to check out the description box for ways you can keep in touch with me and to get access to exclusive perks. I hope you have a good day and I'll see you soon. Bye!